Welcome again to the lecture series of signals and system. Till now, in this series, we have seen the foundation for the jet transform, and also we have seen how the jet transform is important for transforming those signals which are not actually absolutely summable. So, for those signals for which we cannot find the discrete time Fourier transform, for those signals also we can find the jet transform with certain restrictions, with a special condition on the z, which is called region of convergence of the jet transform. So in this lecture we will include some more examples to clarify the concept of region of convergence in the jet transform, and then we will discuss some useful properties of the jet transform. So we will begin with the example which says that x of n is given as x of n is given as a power n u of n. We have to find the z transform and more importantly the region of convergence for the existence of z transform of this given sequence a power n u of n. So we can find the z transform by using this relation x of z is equal to n is from minus infinite to plus infinite x of n into z power minus n. Now x of n is given here, it is a power n is from minus infinite to plus infinite a power n u of n z power minus n. Here because u of n is given here and this u of n will exist only for the positive values of n, means for the values of n from 0 to infinite. So the limit here will become, instead of minus infinite to plus infinite, this will become from 0 to infinite a power n into z power minus n. For the simplicity, we can write it as n is from 0 to infinite a z power minus 1 power n. We can write in this way also. So what we have to do here is, all we have to do is, we have to put the values of n from 0 to infinite and we will get a series which will look like, when I will put n equal to 0, this will become 1. When I will put n equal to 1, this will become az power minus 1. When I will put n equal to 2 here, this will become a square, or we can write in this way az power minus 1 whole square, plus this will continue till the infinite. Again we can see this is the summation of infinite GP series for that purpose, but we can sum up the infinite number of terms in the form of geometric progression only when, if the common ratio, means this term divided by this term, common ratio is equal to a power z minus 1 here. So we can find the some finite value of this summation only when this common ratio is less than 1. Only then this series will converge, otherwise it will lead to a infinite value. So for that purpose, if this given term is less than 1, then only we can find, only then this series is going to converge, otherwise it will lead to infinite. So this condition is necessary for the convergence of this series. From here we will get the region of convergence of this z transform. So from here I can write a by z should be less than 1. From here this can be shown that z should be greater than a. This is the region of convergence for this given z transform. And what will be the value of x of z? This is summation of infinite GP. So we can write it as a upon 1 minus r, means first term upon 1 minus common ratio. So this will become, first term is 1 upon 1 minus r is az power minus 1, or we can write it as 1 upon 1 minus a by z, or this will be equal to z by z minus a. So this is the z transform of a power n u of n, which is equal to z upon z minus a, with the certain limitation on z, that z should be greater than a. This is how we can find the z transform of this given sequence a power n u of n. So remember this result. This is an important result, that z transform of a power n into un will be z upon z minus a, with mod of z should be greater than a. Now consider another similar example. There is another example, x of n is equal to minus a power n u of minus n minus 1. We have to get z transform of this given sequence minus a power n u of minus n minus 1. In the previous example, we have seen that the z transform of a power n u of n is equal to z by a minus z minus a, where mod of z should be greater than a. Z transform of a power n u n is equal to z upon z minus a, where mod of z should be greater than a. To get the z transform, we will use the same relation, sigma n is from minus infinite to plus infinite x of n z power minus n. Put the value of xn here. This will become sigma n is from minus infinite to plus infinite minus a power n u of minus n minus 1 z power minus n. So in this case, we have to decide the limit. For that purpose, we have to consider the existence of this signal u of minus n minus 1. We know the definition, u of n will be equal to 1 when n is greater than 0, and this will be 0 when n is less than 0. But instead of n here, it is given as u of minus n minus 1. So this will be equal to 1 when minus n minus 1 will be greater than 0 or equal to 0, and this will be equal to 0 when minus n minus 1 will be less than 0. From here we can get the lower limit, which will be equal to this minus n should be greater than or equal to 1 here, or we can write it as n should be less than or equal to minus 1. we will multiply with a negative sign in this inequality, and after multiplication, if I am multiplying with a negative sign, the direction of the inequality will be reversed, and this will become n should be less than or equal to -1. N should be less than or equal to -1 means n will exist. In this case, u of minus and -1 will exist from minus infinite to -1, and this will become 0 for n is greater than -1. It means that in this case the limit will be from minus infinite to -1. So I will write it as sigma n is from minus infinite to -1 a minus a power n z power -n, or I will put minus outside of the summation. This will become n is from minus infinite to -1 a power n z power -n. And for the simplicity, we can replace the variable n with -n. So this will become, when I will replace n with -n, this will become infinite to 1, or we can write it as from plus 1 to infinite. When I will replace n with -n, this will become a power -n into z power n. Now what all we have to do is, we have to put all the values of n from 1 to, starting from 1 to infinite. So this will become, we can simplify it further in one step. This will become n from 1 to infinite a power -1 z power n. So this will become, when I will put n equal to 1, this will become z a inverse plus z a inverse whole square plus z a inverse whole cube plus this will continue till the infinite. Again the condition is same. This is a given GP series having infinite number of terms, and this given series will exist only and only when the common ratio, will be less than, less than 1. For that purpose, we know the common ratio is the divided by this term divided by the this term. So the common ratio R here is Z R will be equal to Z into A inverse. This should be less than 1. So from here we can find the region of convergence of this Z transform. This will be Z by A should be less than 1, is implies that mod of Z should be less than A. This is the region of convergence for the given sequence of x of n. Again, for the simplification of this, we can write it as, so this series is for the, to get the region of convergence. To get the Z transform, we can simplify this furthermore by putting the limit from 0 to infinite. So when I will put n equal to 0 instead of 1, a power minus n z power n. So because I am putting here, I am including n equal to 0 also here. This is starting from n equal to 1, but I am including n equal to 0 also. So we have to subtract one term for n equal to 0, and for n equal to 0, value of this summation will be equal to 1. It means that we are adding 1 in this, so we have to subtract 1 from this series. This will look like this. Now further, one negative sign is already there, this negative sign is already there, so here a negative sign is already there, so this will become, after simplification, this will become 1, when I will multiply with this negative sign inside the bracket, this will become 1 minus sigma n is from 0 to infinite a power minus 1 into z power n. Now for the calculation we have to put all the values of n from 0 to infinite. So this will become 1 minus, when I will put n equal to 0, this will become 1 plus z into a inverse plus z into a inverse whole square plus this will continue to the infinite. Now this will become 1 minus, uh, condition we found out already for the existence of this series. For the existence of this series, Z A inverse should be less than 1, Z A inverse should be less than 1. From there we will get mod of Z should be less than A. It is compulsory and necessary condition for the convergence of this series. For that purpose, we can write the summation of this as a upon 1 minus r. Again it is 1 upon 1 minus a inverse z, or this can be written as 1 minus 1 upon 1 minus z by a. So this will become a upon a minus z, or this can be further simplified as a minus z minus a upon a minus z. So this a and this a will cancel each other. This will become minus z upon a minus z, or multiply with negative and negative sign in the denominator and numerator. This will become z upon z minus. Again, the Z transform of this given sequence minus a power n u of minus n minus 1 is same as the Z transform of a power n u of n. So this Z transform of a power n u of n is equal to Z upon Z minus a. Z transform of a power minus a power n u of minus n minus 1 is equal to Z upon Z minus a. So the difference is what we have seen in the previous two cases, that the Z transform of a power n u of n is equal to Z upon Z minus a, and Z transform of minus a power n u of minus n minus 1 is equal to Z upon Z minus a. So the Z transform for these two different type of signals is similar, this and this. So how we can discriminate in their Z transform? How we will come to know whether the given Z transform is for this signal or it is for this signal? Both the signals are different, but their Z transforms are same. This is the speciality of region of convergence. Here, this is the importance of region of convergence. Here ROC includes Z should be greater than A, and from here we will get Z should be less than A. There is difference in their ROCs. For the first signal, if this is Z plane, and mod of z is equal to a is here. So for this signal a power n u of n, sorry, suppose this is z equal to a circle, r equal to a. For that case, z transform for this signal will exist. Z transform for a power n u of n will exist only if the z is greater than a, means outside of this circle. That z transform for the first signal will exist in this region, and z transform for this second signal will exist inside the circle. This is the difference in the two Z transforms. Their region of convergence is different. First signal will exist in this region. Z transform of first signal will exist in this region, whereas the Z transform for the second signal will exist in this region, means inside the circle whose radius is equal to A. So this is the importance of defining region of convergence of Z transform of a given sequence. So these are the two different signals having same Z transform. Now we will include a signal in which the region of convergence will be a circular strip, which is x of n. If x of n is given as a power n un minus b power n u of minus n minus 1. So x of z will be equal to sigma n is from minus infinite to plus infinite a power n u of n minus b power n u of minus n minus 1 into z power minus n. By using this relation, we can find the z transform for the given signal. Now this can be written as sigma n is from minus infinite to plus infinite a power n u of n into z power minus n plus, this is minus here, minus sigma n is from minus infinite to plus infinite b power n u of minus n minus 1 into z power minus n. We can find the z transform for those two given signals separately. We will get z transform for a power n un minus z transform for b power n u of minus n minus 1. So as we seen earlier, z transform for this will be z upon z minus a minus z transform for this will be z upon z minus b. We have seen this in the previous case, but region of convergence for this will be mod of z should be greater than a, and for this mod of z should be less than b. We can further simplify these two as multiply these two. This will become z square minus zb minus z square plus az divided by z minus a into z minus b. So z square and minus z square will cancel to each other, and this will become z into a minus b upon z minus a into z minus b. But what will be the combined region of convergence for this given signal? So region of convergence will be intersection of, suppose its region of convergence is R1 and its region of convergence is R2. So the combined region of convergence will be intersection of these two region of convergence. And region of R1 is, says Z should be greater than A, and R2 says Z should be less than B. So for that purpose we will consider two cases when A is less than B. For that purpose we will draw two circles having radius A and B respectively. So A is less than B. This is the circle having radius equal to A, and there is another circle having radius equal to B. So the region of convergence says that Z should be greater than A and it should be less than B, means it should be greater than A and less than B. So ROC will be confined in this region. This is the region of convergence of the Z transform for the given signal sequence. Now consider another case when A is less than B. So I will draw two circles for A and for B respectively. The first circle whose radius is A, there is another circle whose radius is B and B is less than A. So this is another case. For this case, if Z should be greater than A and Z should be less than B, means Z should be greater than A and Z should be less than B. It means that Z should exist in these two regions and we have to get the intersection of these two regions, which is not possible. Getting the intersection in this region and this region is not possible because nothing is going to be common in these two regions. Whereas in this case A is, Z is greater than A and less than B. This region is common in both the cases. So the Z transform for the given sequence will exist only when if A and B will satisfy this condition, that A should be less than B. It is important condition for the existence of the Z transform of the given sequence. So this is a circular strip for the existence of the Z transform of the given sequence. Now consider one more example where x of n is given as 1 plus 2 power n plus 3 power n into u of n. Here the given sequence is given as power of 2 and 3. Obviously, because u of n is given, the limit will be from 0 to infinite 1 plus 2 power n plus 3 power n into z power minus n. or this can be written as sigma n is from 0 to infinite z power minus n plus n is from 0 to infinite 2 power n z power minus n plus sigma n is from 0 to infinite 3 power n z power minus n, or further this can be written as n from 0 to infinite z power minus n plus n from 0 to infinite 2 z inverse power minus n plus sigma n is from 0 to infinite 3z inverse power. Oh, instead of putting 2z inverse, this will be plus n. After then this will become 2 power n into z power minus n. So I will put all the values of n from 0 to infinite. This will become 1 plus z inverse plus z is power minus 2 plus infinite, plus again this will become 1 plus 2z inverse plus 2z inverse square plus infinite plus 1 plus 3z inverse plus 3z inverse square plus till the infinite. Now again this is a sequence of infinite number of terms in GP, but the condition is z inverse should be less than 1, means from here 1 by z should be less than 1. It means that z should be greater than 1. We will get from here 2z inverse means 2 by z should be less than 1, is implies that z should be greater than 2, and from here we will get 3z inverse means 3 by z should be less than 1. It means that z should be greater than 3. We have to get the intersection of these three conditions. Z should be greater than 1, z should be greater than 2, and z should be greater than 3. For this we will get so if we combine these two conditions we will get, if z is greater than 1 it will satisfy all the three conditions. If z will be sorry if z will be greater than 3, if z will be greater than 3, obviously this, if it is greater than 3 then obviously it will be greater than 2, and also it will be greater than 1. So this will be the region of convergence for the given sequence, and to calculate the z transform of this sequence, this will become x of z will be equal to, we will get the summation of this series as 1 upon 1 minus z plus, here this will be 1 upon 1 minus 2z inverse plus 1 upon 1 minus 3z inverse. From here this will be equal to 1 upon 1 minus 1 by z plus 1 upon 1 minus 2 by z plus 1 upon 1 minus 3 by z. This can be further simplified as z upon z minus 1 plus z upon z minus 2 plus z upon z minus 3, and its ROC will be equal to z should be greater than 3. This will be the region of convergence for the given sequence. So this is these are the few examples to clarify the concept of region of convergence in the Z transform. In the next lecture we will include some more examples and we'll go to discuss the properties of the Z transform. So this is all for today. Thank you.